Once upon a time in ancient Greece, Medusa was not the fearsome creature of legend. She was a mortal woman, stunningly beautiful with golden hair that shimmered in the sunlight. Her beauty was so extraordinary that many believed she was blessed by the gods themselves. But this beauty, instead of being a blessing, became the source of her tragedy. Medusa served as a priestess in the temple of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. Bound by a vow of chastity, she dedicated her life to serving the goddess. One fateful day, Poseidon, the god of the sea, noticed her. Overcome by desire, he pursued her into Athena's temple. Despite her protests, he violated her sacred vows in a moment of divine cruelty. When Athena discovered what had happened, her anger was swift and merciless. But instead of punishing Poseidon, she turned her fury on Medusa. Athena transformed her once glorious hair into writhing snakes, and her radiant beauty into a horrifying visage. From that moment on, anyone who looked directly at Medusa would turn to stone. Heartbroken and cursed, Medusa fled to a remote island far from human civilization. She lived in isolation, her sorrow and anger growing as she became a monster feared by all. Over time, Medusa's heart hardened. She saw herself not as a victim but as a warning, a force of justice against those who would dare to defile the innocent. Her legend spread across Greece. Warriors seeking fame and glory traveled to her island, only to meet their doom. Their petrified forms littered her lair, a testament to the curse she bore. She became a figure of terror but also of fascination. One day, a young hero named Perseus, armed with a shield polished like a mirror and a sword forged by the gods, arrived on her island. Perseus had been tasked with bringing back Medusa's head as proof of his courage. Knowing the danger of her gaze, he used his shield to see her reflection without meeting her eyes directly. In a swift and calculated strike, he beheaded her. From Medusa's blood sprang two miraculous beings, Pegasus the winged horse and Chrysaor a golden giant. Her death, while tragic, also gave birth to new life, symbolizing the complexity of her existence. Perseus carried Medusa's severed head as a powerful weapon, using its petrifying gaze to defeat enemies. But Medusa's story did not end with her death. She became a symbol of misunderstood power, a cautionary tale of how beauty, power, and vengeance intertwine. Though she was remembered as a monster, many whispered that Medusa was more than that, a victim of divine cruelty, a protector of her own dignity, and ultimately a tragic hero.